line and up the top shelter. That was pretty easy. We did my brother's the other day. I was up there in May. We didn't have any trouble. We did part of it the evening, but the shelter after got the shelter off in the morning. Back out to the morning. Breakfast. Well, yeah. That's only me. But we don't help each other like you say. No, we get in each other's way. Morning, Charles. Morning. How's Charles? Morning, sir. You good? Yeah. Woke up at 1:30. Got over the chair sleeping a while. I need to get up. This is harder than working.
Yep.
How's Dean?
Pretty good for old fart.
Yep. Understand that position well.
Looks like it's going to be a good day for riding.
Yeah. Where are we going?
I don't know.
Seems like you'd have spares fills with you.
You'd think. Unless you just don't want to hear.
Want to go to the bent rim?
Yeah. They still serving
They were serving breakfast.
breakfast. Yeah, we haven't been there in forever.
Okay.
We haven't been there in forever.
Yeah, they start about 9, I think.
Yeah, well, but
won't be
it'll be
there
9 by the
We'll
time we
It'll
get
be at
there.
least 9:15 time we get there.
Yeah, 9:15, 9:30. That's fine. They serve till 11 or so.
Yeah.
And we can decide what to do from there.
Finally got that peg like it's supposed to be.
Oh.
That's them ones that go down or not, and then I put the plug in it so they wouldn't go down. I could never get it to run level on this side. It just, there wasn't no adjustment. It'd be to be here or there. So it drug. Saw Terry's the other day and I got to looking. They're just the same setup I've got. They said something I don't know. I was working with them the other day. There's another piece fell out of the inside of the thing.
Oh.
That's the fine tuner.
Okay. So you found
Okay,
it.
this is making more sense now. And I played with it a little while. Got to think.
Morning, sir.
The other holders, they bend down a little bit.
Yeah.
They drag.
I used to run with those, but my knees felt too high.
Yeah.
That's why I put the Mico pegs, because it keeps my feet lower.
Yeah.
My legs stay level or down.
Well, and I
then
could
from the
probably
knees.
fix it now, but I can make those do that. I've got springs and the washers and stuff
Yeah.
to do that. Take the plug out, but I couldn't get them set where they'd ever lock.
Yeah.
They'd go down and then they'd just be springy. I could never push against them or
Really?
anything. Couldn't get them rolled up enough.
That's why you got super flat.
Yeah,
Yep.
by the time I got to that, I didn't want to take it all the way off. I got to take that back off and run the screw on the inside.
Yeah.
It wasn't worth the trouble.
Okay.
It'll hold a heel right there just where it's at.
Self-fix now though. I gotta order a rear tire at the very least and
Yeah.
get my oil changed.
Bent rim?
Do what?
Bent rim? Leakey?
Could be.
For breakfast.
Oh yeah, Leakey? Yeah, that'd be good.
Okay.
What time you got?
It's 20 minutes till. I got here way early this morning. Got started setting in the
Yeah, I
garage,
pulled up
just
and I
trying
saw you here. And I thought, okay,
Am I late?
where am I? I
to
know it
ride.
was.
7:10.
Every time I've ever been here, when I pull up to a pump, it's out of order.
Really?
The one I pulled up to over there, usually it says something on the
They
thing.
have a bag over the handle.
No, it had a sign right across the middle in
Yeah.
orange, out of order, out of service.
I pulled up there too and it said, oh man, it's every week.
I-
They just haven't fixed the thing yet.
No, well, it's not the same pump because I've been to different pumps and they've been out of order. Every one I pick seems to be out of order and I have to go around to a different one.
I stopped at a mobile station the other day where I get 10 cents a gallon off and my card fill up. It said 289 or something like, no, 309. Yeah, 309. No, 299. So I pulled in there, put my card in, and it lowered the price to 309. So I canceled that and went inside and I said, your sign says 299. Yeah. I said, my card's supposed to lower 10 cents. She said, yeah. I said, it raised it to 309. Oh, it must, sometimes those pumps don't reset when we set the other stuff. I'll tell the manager. She went back fiddling around. I said, any day now, be good. Well, it'll take him 30 minutes or so to fix it. I said, good, I'll go buy gas somewhere else.
So was that with your AARP card?
No, it's my mobile card.
Yeah. So if you link your AARP card to your ExxonMobil app,
Yeah.
you get another discount.
Do you? Have to do that.
I don't know if it'll let you combine, but I know you do get one for that.
Yeah.
If you combine them in the app.
Every time I've done an AARP discount, it's cost me money.
Yeah.
Somehow or other.
Just like your other one did.
Like that one. No, it didn't cost me a dime. I didn't buy gas.
On my consumer cellular cell phone, I get a $2 off a month for AARP.
Do you? Yeah, you get better prices. Hotel prices for AARP are sometimes cheaper than the government rate or anything else.
Yeah, I've done that too when
But
I've been
sometimes
traveling.
they're more. You just
Right.
have to kind of compare them. So when
Yeah.
I put it in, I put AARP and some other old
Senior
age
citizen,
shit, senior
or-
citizen, and emergency
I've walked up to
responder
the counter and
all kinds
said,
of stuff.
okay, I'm over 65. What's the best deal you can do to make me stay?
Yeah.
And somehow they beat everything on the website. And I said, okay.
And so you asked earlier about the weight?
Yeah.
690.
That sounds about 700. Yeah, that sounds about right. So you're only 250 pounds low compared to one of these.
No, I put it on there. 250. Well, just add it right
That
on.
don't count because we do the same thing. That's a ready for riding weight.
I think mine comes at 950.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
1800s are about 875 or something like
Probably like 920.
that. 920. Okay.
I had the
The newer ones, I think, are under 900.
Yeah, the new ones are 850 or something
Yeah.
like that. 850, 655.
the Yamaha Royal Star Tour Deluxe, 900 something.
Yeah.
That's the other bike I had.
Tried to buy one of them back in the 80s when they first come out with that big, nice fairing and all that stuff. Had the heater built into it, so it ran the vent air could be run
I
through
knew
your,
you had
through
that.
your radiators and stuff. I had the money in my pocket to buy one. I went to the dealers, and the guy that owned it weighed about 450, and he was on the phone talking to his wife about something. I fooled around there about 30 minutes, and I finally walked over and said, "If you got a minute, I'd like to buy this motorcycle over here. I'll be right with you." Well, 20 minutes later, I left. Went and bought a gold wing.
Where was this? Where?
Angleton, or actually between Angleton and Freeport. I was in there a month or two later to get something, and he said, "You still interested in bike?" I said, "No, I told you I wanted to buy a bike. I went and bought one that day." "Well, I'd have been right with you." I said, "I was in here an hour. You ain't got off your fat ass and even talk to me. You need to get used to selling boats, all I can tell you. Them folks ain't got nothing else to do with weights."
I'm gonna go grab a drink. I'll be right back.
Alrighty.
Purchase order for either one. For both of them. Let me compare what I'm buying. And so he goes in, I'm sitting there waiting. They want to appraise my car, you know, as a trade-in, and I really wasn't thinking about trading it in. I was going to give it to my daughter. But anyway, he comes back out, and he gives me these numbers, and the purchase order had the 2010 on it, and it was $15,500.
Yep.
Well, before I ever went to the dealer, I spent a couple days researching online, and you can figure this out. What's the average cost of a Miata in this trim that San Antonio sold? What's the highest they sold for?
Yeah.
What's the lowest?
That's
What's
what they
the
do when they
average?
buy your car.
Yeah. So he comes out and he says 15,000 was like 500, and I already knew that was below anything that they'd sold in San Antonio. So I said, "You're going to sell me that for that price?" And he said, "Oh yeah." And I said, "Okay, I'll take it." And then we're talking the 2010 because it had 2010 at the time. He comes back about a half an hour later, and you're pissed off because you're always waiting, right?
I don't wait on them. I go
You
home.
can't buy a car in 10 minutes. I mean, it takes 3 hours. So anyway, he comes back out and he said, "Sir, we quoted, that's the wrong quote on that car." And I said, "Well, what is it?" And he showed me a price of $21,000.
Yeah.
And I said, "What? You made that kind of a mistake?" And he said, "Yeah, that's the quote for that 2008. And I said, "Well, I tell you what, you can make that kind of a mistake, I'm out of here. Give me the keys to my car. I'm gone. I'm going to go to another dealer." And I was at IPAC, which is on Ingram. So I said, "There's one out there on I-35. I'm going to go there." So he comes back out later and he says, Sales manager says we'll sell you that 2010 for that price.
Yeah.
And I said, what? How can you do that? You're about $3,000 under
Your cost.
MSRP already. I mean, you know, you're like 6,000 under MSRP, 3,000 of what you would normally sell it for. And he says, no, we're going to sell it to you. We want your business. This is like the second to last day of November.
Yeah.
Okay. So he says, we're going to sell it to you for that price. So I said, well, write it up right now. Write it up. I don't want to wait another 10 minutes. Write it up.
He's already wrote up.
He comes back and it's all written up, right? And I said, I looked at it and I said, I signed it first. And then I said, now how can you sell me that? He said, everybody, this is the end of the month. He said, we're going to do okay this month. We've already sold our quota.
Yeah.
He said, but next month, people aren't going to get a very good deal.
Mm-hmm.
He said, we normally might take $2,000 off of a car. We're not going to take $2,000 off. We're going to take maybe $1,000.
Yeah.
And we're going to do that until we make up the difference that we're selling you this one for. I said, oh, good. So I'll make sure that I'll tell my friends not to come into this Mazda dealer next month.
Yep. Nice looking little red car back there.
Yes, it is.
Aren't they having a car show somewhere like Bernie or something?
Every weekend somewhere this time of year.
Yeah.
Wherever they can find a parking lot, somebody will let them gather in.
Yep.
Well, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning to you all.
Well,
I woke up at like 10 till 7.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I'm late. I need to get going. Had to let the dogs out, and take care of myself, and get dressed, get the bike out, get gas. By the time I left, it was almost 7:30.
that sounds like what I have to do. Get the dogs. They wake me up at 5.
This damn turning signal light wouldn't change this morning. I set through it
Yeah.
4 times and then I ran it red when there was nobody coming
I
this
sat
way.
through it once.
Yeah,
If I don't get my turn, I come on.
Yep.
yeah, that's what I did finally. But I thought it would eventually turn because it usually does. But today it
Depends
wouldn't.
on where you're sitting.
That's right.
Today it wouldn't.
At the intersection of Old Highway 90 and Callahan, those lights are just all magnetic.
Yeah.
And I find to make that turn from Old Highway 90 onto Callahan, I have to stay in the right-hand side of the lane. It goes right over the edge
Of that
where
wire.
they got that cutout.
You gotta find that sensor.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep. I give one chance and the next time I go when it's safe.
I was out there in Selma. God, this was back in 1990. Out in Selma, and I can't. What's the name of that high school out there? I was right there at that intersection. I guess that's Selma. Anyway, and like you said, you come up there, and I'm in the left turn lane. And I sat there and I watched the light. These lights turn green. Lights coming at me are green because those guys are, and these guys are red. And then I saw it, all that switch 3 times. So on the 3rd time, when these 2 lights went green, mine never did turn green. So finally I turned. I didn't even get through the turn. The cop comes out of the parking lot. And I said, I saw you over there and you were watching me. You knew that light wasn't going to turn. He said, doesn't matter. You ran a red light.
Write me a ticket and I'll see you on your day off in court.
Well, that's what I did. I told him, I
I'd
said,
tell him.
you write the ticket. And he says, well, I'll need to see your insurance. No, you're not going to see my insurance. Write me the ticket, and I'll see you in court. And I'll fix the ticket when I go to court. And so I got a court date, He never did show up.
They dismissed the
So
ticket.
I walk in. I'm in this night court, right? And I show up, and this 93-year-old judge working part-time. And I'm standing in line behind this guy. No, he's behind me. And he says, make sure you take your hat off when you walk through the door. And I said, oh, they're pretty strong on that, aren't they? And I said, and he said, yeah. I said, you must have been here a few times. He said, yeah, I'm always getting a ticket for my dog getting loose. So I go in there, and the first thing you do is you go to this table where this receptionist is. Well, what can we do for you? And I said, well, I need to show you that I had proof of insurance. So I get it out. She said, okay, she annotates that. You know. She said, what else can we do for you? I said, I need to see the judge. Well, what about? I explained it to her. She said, okay, we'll go sit down over there and they'll call you. So when they call me, the judge, or the bailiff or whatever, he calls me up there. And he says, the judge says,